So Tom had a really good session late last week and game like loads, so he's ready to go for this week. Jeremy, along with TB, has had a good session on Friday and got into all of Training Plus, and he should be available this week. So Liam, after missing with illness, has fully recovered, had a good training week the end of last week, and is available for this week. Elijah has worked his way through the protocols and had a good hit out with the boys last Friday, and he's available to play this weekend. Nick has had his surgery on his Achilles, and he's got a period of time where he has to be really quiet and immobilised, and it's the start of a long rehabilitation process for Nick. Unfortunately, Luke sustained a hamstring strain in the game against Adelaide. It has settled down nicely in the first week, and he's just working his way through his rehabilitation. So Jake has had a few days in hospital working through a diagnosis of a medical condition and commencing treatment for that, and so we'll just monitor the response to that treatment, and we'll go forward from there. Shannon has done a good block of training after his hamstring strain. He's still got another final step later this week, so he's got another at least 1 week, and then hopefully we'll see him out there against St Kilda. Greg reported some foot soreness after the game against Adelaide, and we're just working through the diagnosis, and it has calmed down nicely, so we will build him up, but he'll miss at least a couple of weeks with that. Callum, after missing the game against Adelaide with some groin soreness, has had a couple of quiet weeks, and he has now a 2-3 week build till we'll see him back out there. Harry continues to slowly improve from his abdominal groin issue, so he's just starting to build his running loads now this week, and then he'll progress through the other functional progressions, change of direction and kicking over the coming 2-3 weeks. Kobe has had surgery on his hamstring tendon, and so he's just in that initial quiet period for the first 2 weeks, and then he's able to get stuck into his rehabilitation, but still just quiet at the moment. So Jamie, Tom and Isaiah Winder have all had a block of big running loads and building that up, and now they move into progressing their football component of their training, and so all three have progressed well through that, and looking forward to seeing them out there in the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks as they progress through and their loads build. So Liam, in his rehabilitation, would like to see him progress through his markers, and at the moment he's not ready to move on to the next functional test until he builds up his strength, and that's not uncommon for the proximal hamstring tendon surgeries, which is a different location than others that we've had, such as Jeremy has had, and so we need to see that strength improve and the sensitivity settle down before Liam can progress through his functional progressions, like his running and building his speed and functional things like kicking. Connor is in that initial phase after his knee surgery of it just being quiet for the first couple of weeks, managing the swelling, and then we'll see him later in the week to get stuck into his rehab actively. Jermaine is he's moving into the latter stage of the time in the moon boot after his ankle surgery, and so he's now getting his range of movement back, getting in the pool, and building back that calf after the time in the boot and the surgery. It switches off, so that's the phase that JJ's in at the moment. Jordan is he's got a final week of build from his hamstring strain, and so important session later in the week, and then hopefully we'll see him back out there playing next week.